Hello boys and girls, it's Aunty Mimmi here. Today our fun book is from the MR.Men collection and it's called Mr Funny Upsets Mr Fussy. Sounds fun, doesn't it? If you've not already subscribed to the channel, please do so now. Then sit back, get comfortable and let's begin. Mr Funny lives in a teapot-shaped house. He drives a shoe-shaped car and he has a teacup-shaped bath. Mr Fussy lives in a very ordinary house and drives a very ordinary car, and his bath is a very ordinary bath. Mr Funny is a very funny fellow. So funny that when he pulls one of his funny faces, you can't help but laugh. Mr Fussy is very serious about keeping everything neat and tidy and spick and span. Now Mr Funny lives at the very end of Long Lane and Mr Fussy lives halfway down Long Lane. So whenever Mr Funny goes out for a drive in his shoe car, he has to pass by Mr Fussy's house. Every time that Mr Funny passes Mr Fussy, he pulls one of his funny faces. And as hard as he tries, Mr Fussy can't help laughing. He laughs so much that he ends up having accidents. Like the time he was mowing his lawn. He laughed so much he ruined all his nice straight lines. And when he was cleaning his windows, he laughed so much he fell off his ladder and squashed his prize pumpkin. And he burnt his shoelaces while he was ironing them. Mr Fussy was fed up. But then he had an idea. He put a sign on the lane just before his house. It read, "Please beep your horn." That should work, he said to himself. The idea was that if Mr Funny beeped his horn, Mr Fussy would have some warning and he could stop whatever it was he was doing. The next day Mr Funny was driving down the lane as usual when he saw Mr Fussy's sign. So he beeped his car's horn and stopped his shoe car outside Mr Fussy's gate. Mr Fussy had not reckoned on the sound that Mr Funny's car horn would make. It doesn't go beep. Oh no, it sounds like somebody making a very loud raspberry noise. Brrrr went the car horn. Mr Fussy was outside in his coal bunker, stacking his coal in neat rows. Mr Fussy didn't like untidy piles of coal. When Mr Fussy heard the sound Mr Funny's car made, he started to giggle, and then he chuckled, and then he laughed so much he fell over his neatly stacked coal. Once he had recovered from his laughing fit, he stormed out of the coal bunker. He was covered from head to foot in coal, and he was furious. He stormed over to Mr Funny. "That's the most ridiculous car horn I've ever heard," he yelled at Mr Funny. "There's a reason for that," Mr Funny explained. "It's because it's not a car horn, it's a shoe horn. Ha ha ha, he laughed. And even Mr Fussy had to admit that was quite funny. Wouldn't you agree? Well, that was a fun book today, wasn't it, boys and girls? I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. As always, I want you to be kind to one another, look after one another, and try and have some fun every single day. Until next time, bye-bye.